gained 5 million followers in 5 days. She secured a CEO position before the funeral. And there's a lot of conspiracy theories around Erika Kirk's name. But who's Erika Kirk?
Is Erika Kirk truly a grieving widow? Or was she a honeypot used by the CIA or Mossad to see out an evil agenda? Let's take a deep dive into Erika Kirk's life. She was born Erika Francve. Her dad, Kent Francve, worked with the DoD and helped establish Raytheon's branch in Israel for missile defense. The internet has been completely scrubbed of his name in the recent weeks. Go figure. Erika's mom, Lori Francve, founded a company that has several contracts with the DoD, Homeland Security, and NASA. Erika's grandfather, Carl Kenneth Francve, was the vice president at American Banknote Co., known for their secure IDs in secure printing. And he was also the Grand Chief of the Independent Order of Vikings, a secret society of sorts. And he was also knighted by the King of Sweden. Just based off this alone, we know that Erika is not a normal human being. She comes from an elite, well-connected background. At the age of just 17, she founded Romanian Angels, a non-profit founded to help Romanian children. The only problem is locals in that area accused American nonprofits of trafficking kids using military support. And what's even crazier is back in 2013, Erika posted a video of her in Romania, and in that video, she thanked Colonel Busher III, an alleged human and sex trafficker that was accused of running a brothel out of the US base in Romania. And yes, there were minors involved. Erika went on to attend Regis College, a Jesuit college. She also gained her New York real estate license and was hired by the Corcoran Group, the same group that listed Jeffrey Epstein's Palm Beach mansion. And this is a high-end luxury real estate group. She managed to go straight to the top. And then her Trump connection. She won Miss Arizona 2012, a pageant owned by none other than Donald Trump. And how about the first time she ever laid eyes on Charlie Kirk, her future husband? She was on a pilgrimage in Israel with her mother.
I will never forget the time I was in Israel with my husband, that was the second time, but the first time with my mother on a pilgrimage, and I was standing in the ticket line, and I remember looking behind me, and in the snake of the ticket line was a guy who looked very familiar. I had no idea who he was. That ended up being Charlie. Nothing is by coincidence.
And now we look at the grieving process after Charlie's death. Everybody grieves differently. However, it is important to note that she went on stage at Charlie's memorial and forgave the shooter, even though he hasn't even been proven as the shooter.
I forgive him.
And in fact, the more time passes, the more it's unlikely that Tyler Robinson killed Charlie Kirk. So instead of using her time to do deep dives into who actually killed Charlie Kirk, like Candace Owens is doing, she has spent her time raising money through her GoFundMe and also becoming the CEO of Turning Point USA, carrying on Charlie's legacy. However, I don't see her questioning Israel at all the way Charlie was towards the end of his life. Considering there's a clear lack of grief in her demeanor over the past few weeks, following up her husband's brutal assassination, she seems awfully suspicious, and I think that most people would agree with that.
But let me take you back to the tragedy. Charlie Kirk's death.
Charlie Kirk, during an event at Utah Valley University, was shot on September 10, 2025. From nearly 400 feet, or about 120 meters away, the gunman had been lying in wait. A single round tears through the air, hitting Kirk in the neck. The crowd erupts in panic. The shooter immediately ran across the roof as people scatter in fear. He leaps to the ground and disappears into the neighborhood. Officers rush to the stage. Kirk is pulled away and taken to a hospital. A massive manhunt begins. Heavily armed police search every corner. Nearby, officers recover a Mauser bolt-action rifle, hidden in the woods and wrapped in a towel. Meanwhile, the suspect flees nearly 250 miles south to his hometown of St. George, Utah, where his father confronts him after recognizing him in surveillance images. Tyler admits his role. 33 hours after the shooting, police surround the home. Tyler Robinson is arrested without resistance.
So Charlie Kirk was a conservative activist who was shot and killed on September 10th, 2025 during one of his Prove Me Wrong speaking events at Utah Valley University. A 22-year-old named Taylor Robinson was arrested and charged with aggravated murder. Just days after Charlie's death, Erika was anonymously elected CEO and board chair of Turning Point USA.
Turning Point USA, headquartered in Phoenix, Arizona, has just announced that Erika Kirk has been elected the new CEO and chair of their board. That organization has explained it this way on X. In prior discussions, Charlie expressed to multiple executives that this is what he wanted in the event of his death. When Erika addressed the nation after Charlie Kirk's death, she promised her husband's legacy would live on.
Charlie, I promise I will never let your legacy die, baby. I won't. I promise I'll make Turning Point USA the biggest thing that this nation has ever seen. I promise.
So at Charlie's massive memorial service on September 21st, 2025, which drew over 90,000 people to State Farm Stadium, Erika said she forgives her husband's alleged assassin.
On the cross, our Savior said, "Father, forgive them, for they not know what they do." That man, that young man, I forgive him.
President Trump, Vice President J.D. Vance, and all the top officials spoke at the event. But here's the question though. Why people find Erika suspicious?
I don't trust her. I think she was set up to be his wife.
Right.
And then, hey, if he turncoats, you're up. Because if you look at her,
because she's taking over Turning Point, right?
In within 2 weeks,
right.
You have a grieving wife, and she's on a podcast right away.
Right.
Hey, smiling. Oh yeah, I remember when we just got smoked in front of everybody, JFK style, and you're smiling.
Yeah.
So that's weird. That's number one, right? The memorial. Can we all agree that shit looked like fucking, a WWE event? Like, that was WrestleMania.
Right.
Fireworks and all. I'm like, what is this? It's weird. That's strange. But if you look into her background, so you guys know that she was a pageant girl.
Yeah.
Right? So she was Miss Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
She won in, I believe it was 2012.
Yeah, something with Trump.
Well, Trump owned that pageant.
Right.
So she knew Trump. Okay. But then if you look into not only her, well, let me back up. When she was 17, she had worked with the military on charity efforts, working with a Romanian organization who got accused of trafficking. That happened back in 2001. Now she wasn't there in 2001, but kind of odd. Okay, put a pin in that. But then if you look into her parents, that's where it gets weird. So her mom, can anybody tell me why she owns a tech company called E3 Tech Group that did classified missions in Iraq? That's weird, right? So, and what they specialize in is EMPs. You guys know what EMPs are?
No.
Electromagnetic pulses that take out square blocks of power.
Okay, I think I've heard about that.
Yeah, so an EMP knocks out a power. Like if you want to completely take out a city or even bigger, you hit it with a EMP.
Okay.
It's even in the Matrix. Remember in the Matrix Part 2 where they're getting away from the Sentinels and they hit it with an EMP?
Yeah, and they killed them. Okay.
Right. So you specialize in blackouts, okay? So you did secret missions, you specialize in blackouts. Your father wrote books for the government for, strategies and business intelligence for government officials, and you guys have a lot of government ties.
Right.
Erika Kirk posts Charlie Kirk's dead body moments after addressing the nation for the first time and sends the internet into a frenzy and gets immediate backlash. Take a look.
Oh, I love you. I love you. I love you. I know. I love you. I love you. God bless you.
She also posted herself laying against his casket. Here she is kissing his hand. And here is video of them taking Charlie Kirk's body in his casket and loading it into the hearse.
It's like, lady, didn't your husband just get his face blown off like 2 seconds ago? And not to be insensitive about it, but everyone's thinking it. No one wants to be the asshole. No one wants to say it. Everyone's thinking it. Everyone was thinking it when she gave the first speech. Everyone was definitely thinking it at the memorial. Nobody wants to say it because it's inappropriate. It's insensitive. I am the troll, right? So I'll be the one to say it. I think it's super inappropriate. I think it's inappropriate. I think it's weird. It's bizarre. Something is off there, and I don't like it. But they're doing the Super Bowl commentators with the headsets on, doing a media table. They're selling merch, registering voters. They got pyrotechnics. Is this WrestleMania or is this a funeral? Like, what are we doing here? And then, the day after the funeral, I'm getting 500 texts and emails. Erika Kirk here. I miss him. Every time I blink, every beat of my heart. Make sure to donate $5, $15, $25. It's like, okay. Then they're doing a show. Did you see the show today? And so prescient. I said it last night. I said, I'm getting like a fake vibe. I'm not, something's off there. And people say, well, everybody grieves differently. Yeah, I don't know how much mileage we can get out of that one anymore. Something's not right there. Very bizarre, weird vibe there. And did you see the show? Erika hosted the Charlie Kirk show this afternoon, and she's like, she looks like she's over the moon. She's happy as a clam. And again, who am I to judge? Everybody grieves differently. She's a very devout Christian. Some people say maybe that's just strength, that's resolve. I don't know. It's one thing if your husband dies, period. It's another thing if your husband dies at age 31, unexpectedly. It's another thing if your 31-year-old husband unexpectedly dies because he gets publicly executed with blood gushing out in front of thousands of people screaming and running away. That's like something that's altogether different.
Never have I questioned, why, Lord, are you putting me through this? Why are you testing me? Why are you... Because God is so good, and he's so sovereign. And I know he uses everything, even what the enemy meant for evil. And I have no regrets.
So when I saw this moment, I was just thinking about myself and a lot of emotions and grieving that I have experienced and all the emotions that I've shared with you guys and the anger that I have felt. And I want to be very clear that I am not that example that she is giving. Like I could have never, and I know that so many people agree with this, I could have never forgiven Tyler Robinson for whatever part he played in this. And obviously I'm saying whatever part he played in this because I don't believe that he was the lone person involved. I don't even think it's the person that killed Charlie Kirk. But even if you believe all of those things, I never could have turned around and forgiving him that quickly.
I mean, watching how she moves, how she positions herself, how she's being used. And I can't lie, it's getting weird. Because when your public grief starts looking like an Adam and Eve commercial, that's not faith. That's branding. And it's gross. And the wild part is she's not being objectified. She's participating. She's found her place in the performance. The beautiful believer, the holy widow, the vessel for the message. Erika Kirk figured out how to turn devotion into influence. Not the loud kind, though. The curated, palatable kind. You know, the one that makes far-right politics look gentle. She wraps white Christian nationalism in soft femininity, in perfectly timed tears and God's plan captions. And the people around her are eating it up. Because every movement like this needs a face. Someone who makes extremism look nurturing instead of dangerous. She's not on stage with men like J.D. Vance by accident. She's there because she makes his ideology look marketable. She's proof that the patriarchy will always find a woman to front the campaign. But real talk, since her husband died, she's been everywhere. Podcasts, conferences, stages. Grieving publicly in a way that doesn't feel accidental. Because grief sells when it looks holy. When it sounds like faith instead of fury. That hug with Donald Trump, that wasn't a spiritual moment. That was a moment designed to make people feel safe with him. Because nothing says redemption like a woman weeping in your arms, right? And whether she realizes it or not, she's become the emotional shield of a movement. She absorbs the criticism, softens the image, right? She sanctifies the message. So here's the thing. Erika Kirk is not naive. She is strategic. But when your brand becomes a faith-based fairy tale, you start serving a system that'll never serve you back. Because to them, she's only as valuable as her pain. The second she stops crying on cue, the second she stops being useful, they'll find another soft-spoken believer to stand in that same light and call it revival. That's how these movements work. They sanctify women's suffering as proof of men's virtue. So yeah, I've been watching Erika Kirk, and the more I see, the clearer it gets. This isn't about faith, this is about optics. She's not spreading Christianity, she's selling comfort. All for a movement built on control. And one day, because it will come, the day when she stops fitting that narrative, the same hands holding her up are going to drop her. Because in that world, women like Erika aren't partners, they're props. And props are always replaceable.
What do you notice about Erika Kirk's speech right here?
Erika Kirk is a plant.
Charlie wrote you letters.
I know.
Every week?
Every Saturday, so he would turn his phone off to honor the Sabbath. He would come in, open the junk drawer. Everyone has a junk drawer. Open the junk drawer, said Shabbat Shalom, put it in there, turn the phone off, slam the door, and he felt so free because he was unreachable.
Wait, I thought Charlie Kirk was a devout Christian, not a Jew. The Christian Sabbath is on Sunday, not Saturday. Was that a Freudian slip right there? Is she a honeypot? He was turning against Israel, gets assassinated. Now she's inviting a bunch of pro-Israeli Zionists onto Turning Point USA? If the shoe fits.
I'm sorry, I'm just going to have to say it. This right here, what's going on, this is what we call a psychological operation.
He would walk through the door, drop his bags, Daddy's home, take his phone, Friday night, Shabbat Shalom.
Is she a rapper now? What was that little rhyme there? Daddy's home, throws the phone, Shabbat Shalom. I asked Grok, do Christians say Shabbat Shalom? And the response was no, Christians typically do not say Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom is a traditional Hebrew greeting used by Jews on the Sabbath, Friday evening through Saturday evening. It literally means Sabbath peace or peaceful Sabbath and is specific to Jewish observance of Sabbath. At this point, I am fully convinced this is a psyop, right? Now that Charlie Kirk is no longer around to speak for himself, the new CEO of TPUSA, Erika Kirk, is using this moment to basically push Israel down our throats.
We have over 1,000. We have around 1,070 major handpicked evangelical pastors. We have over 200 connected to Donald Trump in the White House. These are the media people. These are the social media people. They influence tens of millions of people. And this is the first time in Israel's history it's ever happened. By the way, they're not coming on a tour. They're coming to become official ambassadors for the state of Israel.
Israeli ambassadors. Did he just say the quiet part out loud? And also, there are whistleblowers out there right now claiming, allegedly, that Turning Point USA itself has been compromised by foreign governments. Are we not allowed to ask any questions that one of the largest political organizations in the United States might be compromised by a foreign government?
Come after me, call me names, I don't care. But when you go after my family, my Turning Point USA family, my Charlie Kirk Show family, when you go after the people that I love, and you're making hundreds and thousands of dollars every single episode going after the people that I love because somehow they're in on this, no.
No, your family is your family. The people who work at TPUSA, who work for you at TPUSA, they are your colleagues. So we should have the right to ask questions. We should have the right to investigate your organization's ties to potentially shadowy figures or funding. And yes, we should have the right to question if the organization that you lead is potentially colluding with a certain foreign government.
I do not have time to address the noise. My silence does not mean that I am complacent. My silence does not mean that somehow Turning Point USA and all of the handpicked staff that loved my husband and my husband loved them is somehow in on it. We are busy building. And you know what I thought? I thought these people are human. We are all grieving in our own way. And they are trying to find the answer to something that happened that was so evil. They are trying so hard. And I get that. We're doing the same. Anytime we hear a lead or anytime we hear anything, we send it to the authorities. Please dig into this. No rock will be unturned. I want justice for my husband, for myself, for my family, more than anyone else out there.
So these are some few points that make her suspicious. Let me just go over those points. The first point is the speed of her rise. In just 5 days after Charlie's death, Erika gained more than 4.6 million followers on Instagram. People found it suspicious how quickly she took over Turning Point USA and jumped into the spotlight, attending major events and giving speeches while grieving. The second point is close physical interactions. In October 2025, Erika and Vice President J.D. Vance shared a controversial hug at a Turning Point USA event where her hands went into his hair and his hands were on her waist. People thought J.D. Vance been clapping them cheeks though. She told the crowd that J.D. resembled Charlie and called him an amazing man.
No one will ever replace my husband. No. But I do see some similarities of my husband in JD and Vice President J.D. Vance. I do.
Which sparked affair rumors. She's also been photographed embracing other high-profile married men, including country singer Jason Aldean. The third point is pre-existing relationship theory. Some social media users have speculated that Trump was behind the Kirk's romance, with conspiracy theorists claiming Erika was a plant sent to watch his every move and keep him on track. This stems from her competing in Miss Universe in 2012 when Trump owned the pageant, and her later applying to work at Turning Point USA. So now let me talk about the Candace Owens beef.
The podcaster Candace Owens, okay? At one time, a friend of Charlie's, at one time, an employee of Turning Point. She has been one of the main peddlers of these conspiracies, and she is making a huge amount of money on it. She is building her business off of these lies. What do you want to say to her and the other people that are putting these lies out into the world right now? Stop. That's it. That's all I have to say. Stop.
And I would like to respond to this loaded question. What would you like to say? The podcaster Candace Owens, and I'm not even going to address this repeat talking point about people making money, except for the people that have actually made off of all of the money, millions upon millions of dollars. But this is the new thing. It's like if you keep doing what you were already doing in podcasting or keep doing what you were already doing and doing ballistics on YouTube, if you catch a bunch of views, they want to convince you that like you wake up and you turn into a millionaire. Building her business. What are you talking about? I already had this business. I was already at the top of the charts. Okay, I said I wasn't going to talk about it. I actually did because it's so ridiculous. Okay. But she says, I'm lying. And Erika responds, and her answer to what do you want to say to the podcaster Candace Owens who is lying is stop. So Erika would like me to stop lying. And I would like to honor that, okay? I can only honor that if Erika is more explicit in terms of what I have lied about. What did I lie about?
Conservative podcaster Candace Owens has promoted conspiracy theories claiming Charlie Kirk's death involved Israel, France, and Egypt, and that he was betrayed by people close to him. Owens has suggested the Egyptian military was tracking Erika for years and has accused Turning Point USA employees of being involved in the murder.
Do you feel, show of hands, okay, that the answer regarding who killed Charlie Kirk and what happened on September 10th is quote unquote very clear.
So after all this back and forth between Erika and Candace Owens, they decided to meet in person to talk. The first meeting was supposed to be live on Candace's channel. I believe they would air that also on Erika's YouTube, which was Charlie Kirk channel, but they decided to do that in private.
4.5 hours later, I'm alive. I'm totally fine, and I'm sorry. I was going to do a show for you guys this evening, but I am truly exhausted. Very productive conversation. I asked every single question. I mean, from Egyptian planes to Turning Point USA Faith, and I was very surprised by some of the answers that I got, and I think they were also very surprised when I shared certain intel. This probably should have happened a very long time ago, but I wanted to let you guys know that I am alive, and I will have the full rundown for you guys tomorrow of what transpired. And yeah, I think it was definitely a very big step in the right direction. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.
But regardless what was said in the private meeting that he had, Candace Owens still doubled down on her theories afterwards. So after the meeting, Candace Owens opened her podcast episode sarcastically saying Shabbat Shalom, which means peace. It's a form of greeting, I'll say. And also she played Havana Gila has intro music. Havana Gila, it's a famous Jewish folk song. So low-key, she's implying that Israel was involved in Charlie's death.
Okay, everybody, Shabbat Shalom.
The beef has played conservative movement. Someone like Tucker Carlson, he's supporting Candace Owens for searching the truth. But other people like Tim Pool, he's saying that Candace Owens is causing the most harm to Charlie's legacy. So let me go over some of the wild conspiracy theories about Erika Kirk. People have accused Erika of everything, but according to fact-checking websites, these are all false. So this is the first conspiracy, the Jeffrey Epstein conspiracy. Rumors falsely claimed she recruited victims for Jeffrey Epstein and had Charlie killed to keep him quiet about her Epstein ties. The second conspiracy theory is the Derek Chauvin secret marriage. Viral post claimed Erika was previously married to an Iowa stockbroker named Derek Chauvin, but there are no public records, divorce documents, or credible data confirming such a marriage. The rumor came from aggregator sites like Official USA and Insta Checkmate, which are known to circulate unverified information. The third one, the Romania child trafficking claims.
Wouldn't it be crazy if Charlie Kirk's wife worked with a charitable organization in Romania which was accused of human trafficking? Okay, so that's a lie. That's not real. I've been seeing that. I've been getting sent that, and I didn't post about it, thank God, because I'm like, wait, I want to see how this all plays out. I've managed to dig a little deeper on it, and let's just get into it. Literally gonna put it all on the line with this video, I feel like. This is tricky. This is a very tricky fucking minefield to navigate, but let's try. So Erika Kirk did work for Romanian Angels. It was a group which was sanctioned through the US military, and they did religious work around the 2010s, okay? I mean, there's just for anyone, there's undeniable proof right here. A lot of you have probably seen this article, right? Saying that it's probing Israeli adoption agency. This was written in 2001. So this article has nothing to do with Erika Kirk or the Romanian Angels. Again, you've probably seen this article saying that this was somehow tied to the Romanian Angels charity. Okay? But when you actually read the article, it's all about just kids getting sent to Britain. It has nothing to do with Israel. So what's happening here? Let me explain it to you. I mean, first and foremost, we're living in the craziest era of propaganda, and we got millions of dollars from fucking governments around the world playing games with our fucking mental. Okay, you gotta understand that. And it's easy to take pot shots at Israel right now. But this is the shit that discredits the real, egregious actions like killing 3 American children yesterday. The Israeli government did that, okay? They did not have anything to do, though, with Erika Kirk. It doesn't appear to be. Like, people have taken little snippets of info and mashed them together, but no one actually read the fucking articles. I will say this, Romania is a fucking notorious hub for human trafficking. I couldn't figure out how to do the translate on the new updated Safari, but what that says is that most of the trafficked children in the EU come from Romania, okay? So look, Romania is a sus place to have a child charity, but maybe that's exactly why they needed it. I don't fucking know, man. Listen, at the end of the day, you got a lot of people trying to do what we do here, and they shouldn't bother. And some of them are feds purposely leading you down the wrong path, right? Focus on what matters. The Epstein list, Palantir, Peter Thiel, freedom of speech, privacy. Oh, and that the left versus right is just part of a manufactured culture war to keep us divided while they keep fucking us over. Have a good one.
The fourth one, the pregnancy rumors. Rumors spread that Erika was 8 weeks pregnant with a 3rd child, but she confirmed she is not expecting.
You did get married.
Yes.
You have 2 kids.
2 precious babies.
And you told me this in private, but how many kids did you guys want to have?
We wanted to have 4. Yeah. And I was praying to God that I was pregnant when he got murdered.
Oh, wow. I thought of that once. Just like whether it was meant to be or whether we'd get news like that.
I was like, oh goodness, that would be the ultimate blessing out of this catastrophe.
Fake AI generated photos showed Erika holding an ultrasound with fabricated quotes. The 5th one, J.D. Vance affair. False claims spread that Erika flew on Air Force One 2 with J.D. Vance to Mississippi, but the White House poll report confirmed he was with his wife, Husha, and 2 senators. But there are some other wild conspiracy theories, such as people falsely claim that Erika launched a Christian dating app. Also, people saying that she sued ABC and The View for $40 million, and that Representative Jasmine Crockett demanded a federal investigation into Erika for receiving $350,000 before Charlie's death. Ever since Charlie passed away, Erika been on the spotlight and the internet eating her alive. But let's see what's next for her.